Here is today's objective. I can solve mathematical problems using multiplication and division. I can use mental math to break numbers into place value parts. Let's multiply. 6 times 52. I want to break apart the number 52 into 50 plus 2. Then I want to take my 6 times my 50 and my 6 times my 2 and add those parts back together. I'm going to start by doing 6 times 50. Eventually we want to be able to do this in our head, but for now I'm going to show some of my thinking. So 6 times the 50 part of it, I would have 6 times 5 would be 30, and then I would add a 0 to that 30 because it wasn't 5, it was 50. So that would give me 300. 6 times 50 is the 300. I'm going to write that over here. And now I have to take this 6 times the 2. 6 times 2, well, I just know that I'm not even going to write that over here. 6 times 2 is 12. I'm just going to write that next to my 300. Now I just simply add these pieces back together to get my answer. 300 plus 12 is 312. And I'm done. Next one, 3 times 320. I want to break apart the 320 into a 300 and a 20. I'm going to do 3 times 300 first. I can count by 300s. 300, 600, 900. 3 300s is 900. I'm going to write that here. And then I have 3 20s. 20, 40, 60. I'm going to write that over here. And then I just add these pieces together. 900 plus the 60 gives me 960. Fun fact, did you know 1 ton is extremely heavy? It equals 2,000 pounds. The next example, we're going to need to know this fun fact. Here's a story problem. We have a seal that can weigh between 200 pounds and 400 pounds. Our question is, could 13 of these seals weigh more than 1 ton? Could 13 of them weigh more than 1 ton? Well, I want to think about, could 13 of the small ones weigh more than 1 ton? If not, maybe 13 of the super heavy ones would weigh more than 1 ton. We're going to start by thinking about the small ones. That means I have 13 times 200 pounds each. I'm going to break apart my 13 right here into a 10 plus a 3. And then what I want to do is take the 200 times the 10 and the 200 times the 3. Well, 200 times 10, if I use my basic facts, that's 2 times 1, which is 2. And then hundreds times tens make thousands. So that part of the problem right there is 2,000. And then I need to take my 200 times the 3. I can count 3 times of 200. 200, 400, 600. So I'm going to write that here and then add the parts. 2,000 plus 600 makes 2,600. But that is not the answer to the question. The answer to the question is, could these 13 seals weigh more than 1 ton? Do you remember what 1 ton was equal to? Yep, it was equal to 2,000 pounds. And we have 13 of these seals at their very lightest weight of 200 pounds, equaling 2,600 pounds. That is way more than 1 ton. 1 ton was only 2,000 pounds. So the answer to this question is yes. I don't even need to know what 13 times the heaviest seals are, because I already know that 13 of the very lightest ones are over 1 ton. So the answer to this question is yes. Next one. I have a deer, and the deer can weigh 83 pounds. Question. How much do 9 83-pound deer weigh? This is great. They already gave me the two numbers. I just need to multiply them. 9 times 83. Well, I know 83 is made up of 80 plus 3. 80 plus 3 makes 83. So now that I know that, I'm going to take this 9 times the 80, and then I will do the 9 times the 3. 9 times 8 is 72, and then it's in tens. I have 8 tens or 80, so I need 72 tens or 720. That's the first part. Now this 9 times the 3 makes 27. And when I add these two parts back together, I'm going to get my answer. 7, 4, and 7. How much do these deer weigh? They weigh 747 pounds. Here's another one. I have a sea turtle that can weigh 120 pounds. I want to know, how much do 8 120-pound sea turtles weigh? So I need to multiply. Okay, 120. I want to think, what's an easier way to break down that number? 120 is made up of 100 plus 20. 100 plus 20 gets me 120. What I want to do now is take 8 times 100 and then 8 times 20. 8 times 100 gives me 800. So I'm going to write that over here. And then 8 times 20. Well, that's 8 times 2, which would be 16, with the 0 after it, because it was 20, not just 2. So that would be 160. And when I add these parts together, 800 plus 160 gives me 960. We should write the unit too. 960 pounds. That's all for today.